We're doing our first YouTube video, and it's going to be bank related because I think this is a good starting point on where the account is at, and moving forward, documenting the series. This is not my Jad pet. I have Entity Hider on, so just that ain't mine. But so what we're going to be doing is cleaning out the bank. I have a lot of junk I need to reorganize. We've gotten a lot of unlocks and upgrades this year, and I need to take time to go through all this, and I thought it'd be a great teaching tool for other people struggling with similar bank issues. So you can see I have 225 out of 224. I'm getting really close to the limit, and you'll see there are some obvious things that need to be just removed. This is the first tab, Runes tab. We got to get rid of all these tiaras except for these two, the Elemental Tiara and the Catalytic Tiara, and I'll make these two talismans into those tiaras and consolidate all that. But basically these two act as all of these, so there's it's just a waste of space, so we'll get rid of that in this tab. This tab's pretty much going to stay the same until I get around to mastering mixology and we can get the potion storage, and then this will just turn into food and farming. This is the skilling tab. I got quite a few outfits. We really can't do a whole lot in this tab because I need to do Temperost for the storage for all the fishing stuff. And then there's just a handful of outfits left to acquire. And that once I have all of that, then it'll be much easier to figure out how I want this tab to look like. So that's that tab. Armor tab. I'm a cheap ass, okay? I don't have good armor. I don't have good weapons. I have the necessities to get by and train my skills to my efficiency level, which I know doesn't meet some of your alls, but we all play this game differently. But the gear tab definitely needs some help, just with reorganization, consolidation. I don't need all these god capes. I need to hurry up and bang out Mage Arena 2 so I can get rid of these god staves. So yeah, loot tab, can't really consolidate a whole lot. This is what I'm working on for 99 Slayer. We have done Konar the entire time so far, which is why you see 172 Brimstone keys. I'm also collecting all of my clues from 92 to 99. We're going to do a massive clue opening. But yeah, this is the loot tab right now. I might be able to consolidate a little bit, like moving the food to the food tab and just little things like that, but this pretty much ain't going to change. This is my junk tab, and now that we've actually finished all the quests in the game, I can consolidate this a lot more too. There's a few items in here, like the Shadow Sword and the Bone Spear, that need to go into the stash units for clue scrolls, and I have a clue scroll tab coming up here at the end. You'll see it's probably the worst part of this whole bank, but that's the junk tab, and we'll consolidate this and make this look nicer too. This tab is my personal collection tab. I haven't done this year's Christmas event yet. We gotta get around to doing that, but I'm gonna go back to the main tab real quick. A lot of these currencies for all the mini games and other things, I'm gonna move all that into this tab, and it's just gonna be what I collect throughout the game. It's really small right now, but you know, that's the point of collecting. And then finally, this is all of my unbuilt stash unit items, and there's also a few clue scroll rewards in here. I only put rewards I've actually gotten from clue scrolls in my play around house, and there are a few in here, and I just need to go through my log, go through my house, see what's already in the house, and figure out what in here still needs to go in there. And then the rest of this just needs to be built into stash units. And then what's left over, which, like these leather bodies, what's another good example? Oh shoot, where are they? These pikes, all the pike, cooked pike, things like that, that will be moved into the junk tab. Those are for the beginner clue step for Charlie the Tramp. So basically, and I've thought about this a lot, so basically how we're going to go about this is I'm going to work backwards. I'm going to start in the clue tab. I'm going to go through and build. I'm going to build all the stash units for sure. I'm pretty sure I can fill all of them. For the record, I already have all the beginners and all the easy stash units done. So I just have to build my mediums, my hards, my elites, and the masters. Some of the master stash units are expensive, and I'm just not shelling out money for that. I'll buy those items and use them if I get those steps in the meantime. But like there's a few stash units that are 20 mil plus just to fill them, and they're just sitting there for your one-time use of using. Well, not one-time use, but whenever you need to use them. So for sure, gonna fill all the mediums, hards, and elites. But again, only gonna do a handful of those masters. Those super expensive ones, not gonna do so. So finally, after a day of doing stash units, we finally got them all filled. You can see all the beginners are done, easies are all done, mediums are all done, hards all filled. The elites are all done except for this one near the charcoal burners. I needed a duplicate of some skilling outfits, and I just don't have those. I like to keep those in the bank, so that's the only one of the elites that I'll have to bank to do that one. And then the masters are all built, but as I said in the last clip, I couldn't afford to fill all of them. So the majority of them are filled, and the Tazara one, I just don't have a fire cape, so I can't go build that one yet, but getting a fire cape is definitely on the priority list. All that's left to do is go reorganize my bank, so time for the time lapse of organizing the bank. Okay, so finally we're done. We have finished organizing the bank, and this is what the final product is. Now, if you've seen my bank video, the bank video is going to come out before this video, so if you've seen that, you already know what the bank looks like. But for the sake of this video, I'm just going to ramble a little bit on, how to organize your bank, make it look nice like this. So, first tab is, just my graceful, just a few other items for Fashionscape. This is the teleport tab. I actually did what most people do and made a dedicated teleport tab. But that's how the teleport tab came out, and I liked it. Like I explained, we still got to do mastering mixology to consolidate the potions, and I did move some more food into the bottom here. Next, we have the skilling tab. Didn't really touch this much, like I explained. Still waiting on a few items. But I did make all of the catalytic and elemental tiaras. The combat tab finally looks a lot better. This is what it looks like right now. This next year we're going to do a lot of gear upgrades. So look forward to that changing, but I very much like the aesthetic of it now. Looks a lot more clean. Again, the loot tab didn't change a whole lot. Consolidated some of those fossils you saw down here at the bottom. Junk tab consolidated a lot, and even now I'm still contemplating getting rid of some of my Grigris, but the Grigris are a pain in the ass to make, and if we ever need them for a Monkey Madness 3 quest, like that would just suck so bad having to reclaim those. So I did that. That was like the one quest item I decided to keep. But that's what this tab looks like. And then finally, my collection tab. Probably the prettiest and most aesthetic looking tab. You saw I got rid of those god books, man. I really wish I had kept the god books. And I would have kept them. I would have did a row right here above the blessings.
because the guidebooks also have the opportunity to put the it's not a transmog, but the ornament kit. That's the transmog version, you know. And that would have looked really cool. So I'm probably going to go reclaim those books and put them in here, but that's the collection tab right now. I've done some snowball collecting since the last few clips you saw. I'm trying to hit 100K before the event's gone, because doing it with the snow globe is not worth the time. But yeah, guys, look, especially when it comes to a junk tab, you gotta be ruthless, guys. And the best thing you can do, the two biggest tips for clearing up your bank, you gotta be ruthless. Okay? You know, build your stash units. Get that stuff out of your bank. The final tip is, when you're going through those quest items, just use the wiki. And be honest with yourself. Are you really going to need that? Are you really going to wear that item for Fashionscape anytime soon? Like, I went very minimalistic on my Fashionscape, as you saw. Thank you for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it helped you organize your bank. Please subscribe to the channel. I'm trying to get back into the habit of making some RuneScape YouTube channel videos and stuff like that. So give a like, subscribe if you liked it, and I'll see you in the next video.